I was in the hospital for 5.5 months and I needed a big surgery. For a long time after that, I had to go to physical therapy after school to get stronger. Even though I was hurt badly, I was really lucky. My sister and I both were. My parents work really hard and always make sure my sister and I have everything we need. But the hospital bills were huge. We got the help we needed because we had health insurance for us through the CHIP program.
Yeah, 12-year-old Graeme Frost, meet Cindy Sheehan, meet 9/11 widows, meet Staff Sergeant Brian McGough, meet Michael J. Fox, meet the kids who were targeted by Mark Foley, meet Jack Murtha. I mean, Graeme Frost, as a 12-year-old, now joins an esteemed list of Americans who have been personally attacked, personally slimed, called liars and cowards and frauds, and threatened for daring to publicly espouse a view that the right disagrees with. I mean, just when you think you've found the person who they can't possibly slime, I don't know, say a 12-year-old kid just out of a coma, turns out, yeah, the bar does actually go that low. It's just astonishing.
Powerful Republicans, politicians in particular, bolster and benefit from the water carriers like Limbaugh. Why are they not held responsible? Why is the washing this information prospect and project permitted, especially when McConnell's office is apparently part of this campaign? Why is he not responsible in some sense for these attacks on a kid and his family, which now have included actual death threats against them?
Yeah, refusing to comment, refusing to either confirm or deny involvement in this campaign at this point is now not enough, particularly when we have evidence that Senate staffers were circulating some of this trash. And particularly now that the Senate and the House are on record condemning criticism of a general who testified before Congress. I mean, what kind of a freak show ethical universe does this have to be, where it is a capital political offense to criticize a general who testifies to Congress, but wounded war veterans and literally disabled kids who need health insurance are fair game? It just beggars belief.
Before Graeme ever spoke, the House Republican leader, John Boehner, attacked the Democrats for using kids for political purposes, but obviously politicians do this, Republicans do this, as we see from this picture of, I think the tall guy in the middle is John Boehner, surprisingly enough. What is the premise here, that if you use kids to generate a vague mood of wholesomeness, that's okay, but if you say, no, this is where kids are being hurt by policies in effect from Republican government, that's not okay, it's all right if I do it, but don't you dare do anything like it?
All right, silent kids in groups, they're good, but single kids who are allowed to speak, they're very bad. You know, it may be that they expect. Remember when Bush vetoed the stem cell research for the first time and he surrounded himself with snowflake babies? It may be that they fear that one of those snowflake babies is going to write a scathing tell-all, and they're trying to prime the pump to get us to slime that kid too when that happens or something.
What do you? I asked this question rhetorically in the beginning of the show, but there is something almost inhuman about this, where you do not draw a line, where a Michelle Malkin can happily report that she's gone to this kid's house and gone to check out why they're lying and to say, if it's the Democrats' fault for putting them out here. What happened to the humanity in these people, these creatures who look like human beings like the rest of us, but certainly don't act that way?
Well, we've ended up in a political universe. We've ended up being pushed so far within our politics that it's copacetic. It is expected that the person, that the target on any political opinion that you disagree with will be directed at the person who is delivering it. And I mean, when they started wearing Band-Aids to mock John Kerry's Purple Hearts, is maybe when we should have known that this had gone off the rails.
Rachel Maddow of Air America, as always, great thanks for your time, Rachel.
Thank you, Keith.
This week, congressional leaders sent me a deeply flawed bill that would move S-CHIP even further from its original purpose. Here are some of the problems with Congress's plan. Under their plan, 1 out of every 3 children who moves onto government coverage would drop private insurance. In other words, millions of children would move out of private health insurance and onto a government program. First takes a little more than the 20% increase I have proposed in my budget for S-CHIP. I'm willing to work with leaders in Congress to find the additional money. Ultimately, our nation's goal should be to move children who have no health insurance to private coverage, not to move children who already have private health insurance to government coverage. By working together, Republicans and Democrats can strengthen S-CHIP, ensure that it reaches the children who need it, and find ways to help more American families get the private health coverage they need. Thank you for listening.
The Senate's expected to vote this week on a bill that would extend health insurance to more than 3 million low-income children. Earlier this month, senators reached a bipartisan agreement to add $35 billion to the Children's Health Insurance Program over the next 5 years by increasing federal taxes on cigarettes. The extra funding would help cover some of the nation's 9 million uninsured children, as well as some adults with incomes too high to qualify for Medicaid but not high enough to afford private insurance. A new poll released Monday from Georgetown University's Center shows 91% of Americans support expanding S-CHIP to cover more children. It even has bipartisan support in Congress and approval, if tepid, from major drug and insurance companies. It sounds like a no-brainer, but there's an obstacle. President Bush has vowed to veto the bill.
Today, vetoing a children's health insurance bill that would increase health coverage for poor children to families making up to 3 times the poverty level, or about $60,000 a year, and up to $80,000 a year in income in some states like New York. The president says it's a case of creeping national health care.
I happen to believe that what you're seeing when you expand eligibility for federal programs is the desire by some in Washington, D.C. to federalize health care. I don't think that's good for the country. I believe in private medicine. I believe in helping poor people, which was the intent of S-CHIP, now being expanded beyond.
Hey Congress, remember me? I'm one of those children, the kind you say you won't leave behind. We've been there for you here, 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 and here. We were even there for this guy. Now he's left us behind, without health care. He vetoed health care for kids that a big majority in Congress voted for. I know you like us kids, but if you want to keep us hanging out with you for the cameras, you need to protect us, not the president. No health care for us, no photo ops for you. Believe me, we've got better things to do.